Want to up your grill game? Butterball chef Shahir Massoud is going to put a delicious spin on a classic dish, but this being live television, our stove isn't working.
This beautiful induction was working perfectly.
It was.
Until a certain somebody strolled in here.
Tim Bolin walked in here,
and all of a sudden, Tim, hear that beeping? That's the beeping of Tim messing up my live TV segment, everyone. Thank you, Tim. Tim is jealous because we did our last cooking assignment together.
Yes.
And then I said, time to upgrade.
Thank you.
So now here we are.
Thank you.
But let's talk marinade. So we talked about grilling and Butterball turkey. I've got my easy fresh. You could use the breast, you could use the thigh, the drum. All of these cuts are great. And they're great for the grill, charcoal grill, smoker. So this marinade will work on any of those. It'll work on a non-working induction. Sort of, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
But let's talk marinade. So I went with the breast, boneless breast, but again, you could find bone in, you could find thigh.
And do you find that like frozen section? Or
you find this in the fresh section.
In the fresh section.
And we call it easy fresh because, great point, it freezes really, really well. You can see that there's no kind of air. So it kind of is airtight.
Pop that in the freezer if you had to.
Extends the fridge life and is great for freezing if you find it on sale. Let's talk now this marinade. It's a beautiful kind of Korean flavored barbecue marinade. Start with a little soy sauce. Is that my induction talking to me? Is it working? Okay, a little soy, and I like a little bit of sweetness. In my recipe on butterball.ca, I just have it as brown sugar, but get creative. I have a little bit of honey here. You could sweeten with some maple. This marinade is really all about balance. So the saltiness from the soy, sweetness from either the brown sugar or the honey. I've got a little bit of sesame oil for that nuttiness. A little bit of scallion. We see that a lot in Korean cooking, right? A little bit of fresh garlic. You could put some ginger as well. Asian pear also if you have. Some mirin. I love mirin, and it should be in everyone's. It's almost like a sweetened rice wine kind of situation. So if you don't have mirin, rice wine vinegar is a great idea as well. Miso, love miso. Also should be a pantry staple. It's
for that
like
salt.
Super salty, Annette, and very. It's all about umami with miso. And then last but not least, gochujang. Now gochujang for me is the new sriracha. I don't know if there's like a sriracha shortage now. There is, right? So forget about sriracha. Gochujang is a fermented red pepper paste, tons of funk and tons of spice. So if you like it spicy, add a little extra. Now, you could also blend this up in your blender, but if you're doing that, add the green onion at the end so you still have some texture.
So it doesn't get pulverized.
Exactly. And a little bit of sesame seeds as well right in there. And Annette, the pro move is, before you add your raw turkey, look at the color. Before you add your raw turkey to the marinade, save some to the side as your sauce.
Okay, because that's what you've got here.
And that's exactly it right there. And I love that because you can serve this with, as a lettuce cup, you could serve it on top of brown rice, you could serve it with grilled veg, whatever you got, but definitely save some of that marinade as the sauce. And then you get it right in there. So this is my easy fresh boneless breast, super lean, perfect for the grill. And a question I get a lot, Annette, is, especially with the breast, how do you not dry it out? And with turkey, it's all about temperature.
Yes.
As long as you don't overcook it, it'll be moist, it'll be juicy. So for white meat like the breast, I always recommend 165. That's your magic temperature. If you have a meat thermometer, that's how you know it's perfect. And with the darker cuts, like over there, I've got 2 thighs, 170, 180. You can go a bit higher with the darker cuts, especially bone in.
Okay, now, and how long would you leave this in for?
I would say at least 2 hours.
Okay.
Up to overnight. And then you're ready to go. So a little planning ahead, but as with any marinade, you really want to absorb all the color, all that flavor of the soy, of the miso. Okay, now let's pretend my grill was working.
It's working.
On an outdoor grill or indoor grill or charcoal, it's all about temperature. I want everyone to remember, there's some sweetness in that marinade. So some cooks, like Tim, don't cook with any nuance. They go only high heat and they're burning the marinade.
Okay.
You want to go medium high. You want to tend to it. You want to make sure it's not burning. Cook it through to 165, and then again, you could serve it up. I love this recipe with lettuce cups, pickled veg, the sauce.
It is mine, Tim. It is mine.
Tim, you get nothing. No, no.
Butterball.ca.
Butterball.ca for that marinade, that recipe. You get away.